Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. It's a nice casual day. Today's a Friday. The video's going up on a Saturday. Having a good time. Playing a little bit of Slay the Spire. That's not feed. Still barricaded. I mean, we could build a barricade deck with feed. What are we doing? We're trying to get feed to happen. Obviously. But in order to get feed to work, I mean, you know the business. We gotta get Dono Deca, we gotta get feed, and we gotta get a deck capable of winning. I gotta be honest with you, I'm worried about my Slay the Spire. I mean, entrench is exactly what we want here for interest's sake. No feed. Hold on, is there a shop coming up? No. It's a little early to be removing stuff, but I'm willing to do it anyway. Lose barricade, obtain a relic. How about you lose me forever, dude? I'm not interested. That's a terrible deal. Go ahead and hit me for 10. I'm worried, or apprehensive, again, is always the word I would prefer to use, about my Slay the Spire skills today, which are not amazing at the best of times, but I'm functioning off of, like, less sleep than I would like to. There will be, I'm not going to spoil anything at all over the course of this video. I don't want you to fear, because I wouldn't want anything spoiled for me. But, Kate and I caught the 10:50 p.m. showing of the new Avengers movie last night. You know, it finished at like freaking 2 a.m., came home. We had to wake up pretty early this morning for an appointment, so it's like I'm out of sorts. You know what I mean? But I'm hopeful. You guys ever end up in that situation where you like, you know, you have to take an exam or an important test after not getting enough sleep? I do feel tempted to add a headbutt, actually. Pretty soon this deck's gonna start to pop. It's definitely not there yet. Especially having not updated our or upgraded our entrench. Once we get there, we're going to be able to build a sincerely fantastic block deck. But anyway, what I was going to say, before I was so rudely interrupted by myself, is I'm hopeful that I'm going to activate like that weirdo kind of like sleep adrenaline mode that people sometimes get. You know how like when a mom, like her kid gets trapped under a car, sometimes they get that superhuman strength, allegedly, where they can like pick up the car? And, you know, it's that, but having gotten 6 hours of sleep and then having to take, like, a test after. It's actually a lot less than 6 hours. See, again, my numbers foo is all messed up right now. So this is, without a doubt, the worst boss, or the worst elite fight we could have had right now, I think. We're going to lose a lot of HP, but this is what I love about Ascension 0. So what, you know? We're going to lose a lot of HP. The lowest will be is 9. Or I should say, actually, 11, because I forgot that you're doing a little less damage than you otherwise would normally be doing right now. The problem with our deck is temporary. We can't really afford to play Barricade. Dead Branch is an interesting one, too. I mean, Corruption Dead Branch is hilarious. As much as this is fun, though, this does compromise our ability to make sure... Well... No, I love it, but it does compromise our ability to make sure that we got feed. So, trust me, like, I'm as annoyed as you are, to some extent. Maybe not fully as annoyed as you are, but we've already kind of bought into one, actually, I guess Barricade, Corruption, Entrench can get some awesome stuff going as well, but... Yeah, I mean, we probably could have swung it. The thing is, my recipe for winning these runs, I think, is, you know, get a thin deck plus feed, and then make that deck capable of winning. That's what I feel like the secret of the ooze is. Anyway. Rest assured, by the way, I'm a little bit perturbed about the way that this run's going right now. I think we should be okay. Especially now that Entrench is actually borderline playable. I'm not that concerned, but definitely they're not messing about here. You know, they're trying to give me the business early. So this is actually what I was looking for, was a Body Slam. Toxic Egg is also fantastic. Now that we got Body Slam, we're going to make the Body Slam free, which makes it substantially more playable. Definitely Well, who's the boss? It's Hexaghost. Honestly, I'm still gonna go for the heal. That way, we have a better chance of getting this elite fight to pop and be well for us. So we'd really like to play either Bash or Barricade. We'll see what we draw next turn. Definitely a Barricade is acceptable here. And then Bash and whatever attacks we get on this turn. I think we got pretty lucky, actually. We could have just played 3 blocks on that turn, I guess. That would have been interesting as well. So we definitely want to defend, entrench, headbutt, body slam, or defend, entrench, body slam. Why not take 0, given the choice? Plus we roll over 2 block. It's not a lot. I mean, it's not anything. I don't really want to... Oh, why not even play the attack? That's BM on my behalf. So bring back the body slam, and then I think we'll just get 10 block ready, so we get 10 attack for free on this turn. This is definitely the best way to approach that. Okay, I'm starting to get my sea legs here. I really think if we get feed, this deck can work. We still have to fight Donu Deka, obviously, but... And I'm really... Maybe Ascension 0 is giving me some bad habits. Like, I wouldn't deny that necessarily. I'll take the curse. I don't love it, but I think that in this case, our max HP is low enough to be a genuine concern. But I'm realizing now, and, you know, believe you me, it's taken a while for me to get there. If you've been along for any of the ride, you're familiar. But why would I add a card that I don't think is like an 8 or a 9 or a 10 out of 10 right now when I would just want to remove it later, you know? Armaments might be close. I think I could feel content to add it, even though I don't think it's that good anymore. But because of the Toxic Egg, I think it being upgraded by default is probably worth it. And then Barricade becoming more playable is worth a lot. So here's what we want. Energy Relic plus Feed equals we have a great chance to only have to worry about Donu Deka. What do we just played Bash. We don't really want Bash next turn, to be honest. I don't know if we really want Body Slam next turn either, but we might as well bring that back. I think we had a better chance of wanting this. Is it worth 1 extra energy? Why not, you know? It's not like we're doing much else here. Plus we have Letter Opener, which I definitely did not completely forget about. You would be highly mistaken if you thought that I had forgotten about that. Alright, so now Barricade plus Plated Armor. You know, we're gonna start to get a nice little suite going here. This takes us to 12. It's only 2 block being rolled over, but that's 6 block for next turn, which means we don't have to play a block on this turn if we want to. Now we got 18 block, and you're starting to see how we could build something that means that basically this guy can't do anything to us anymore. Because you're not attacking and we could draw Body Slam faster, I'd rather hit you with 2 defends, even though the defends are technically worth less. We could capitalize on them, worth less damage, I should say. We could capitalize on them more than 1 time, especially you consider they're worth 10 block now, effectively. So I think we pretty much got this one like 100% under control, especially once we get the entrenches working. So like nothing, it's gonna take us a bit, but there's essentially nothing this guy can do to harm us right now. I mean, this is his big turn. We have 108 block. What's the problem? The problem is that we have a lot of burns happening in our deck, but as soon as we draw Body Slam, you know, okay, well, we shouldn't have done it like that. If you want to be the smartest person in the room, yeah, we shouldn't have done it like that, but okay. All's forgiven. We did get Feed. Impervious is great in this deck, but it's not what we want. I think we'll go for Black Blood as well. The only downside of this run has every available capability of beating the challenge. The only downside is the fact that we don't have extra energy right now. So I don't love it. I chose to let that energy go by. I really think that Feed is good enough to save. and use it like in a situation like this. Like, especially because we're healing for 10 in between each fight. I would rather just make sure that we got feed set up for a situation like this, for example. So we don't, remember, this is very important. We do not have barricade. So unfortunately, that's the way we make that happen. Okay, I don't really want to do it, but I forgot that because we have an exhaustible card, now we got some new blood coming in. And I should keep in mind, / point out, there's actually a very sensible use case for letter opener on a fight like this. You know, because it does the raw damage. Just being able to play, you know, 3 of these. Sure, we don't get anything out of it long term, but we did do 5 damage pure to all enemies. Let's be honest, this sucks. But it is what it is. Second floor, you know, ain't no joke. That didn't count as damage, which makes perfect sense now that I think about it. We're still not gonna get there. You know what? No, we're still not gonna get there. We're gonna do it like this then. Do 5 more damage. So many different ways to kill you next turn. Again, I can feel I got the dang old Avengers brain happening, dude. Okay, like, that one just didn't make sense. We played an entrench before a defend. And the entrench was played for 0. So, brain. Take a deep breath. I mean, the brain doesn't take the breath, I guess, but you know what I mean. Remove this curse. We got a lot of combat coming up. What are we worried about? Not that much. I'll take a body slam. Upgrades 2 basic attacks. You know what? Why not? It hit a body slam. I was gonna say, as long as it hits a body slam or a feed or a headbutt, I'm not gonna complain. And it did. So I'm gonna fulfill my obligation and not complain. Now, we're extremely lucky that we didn't pay the price for any of the awful plays we've made so far. So it's very much up to me to, you know, make sure that we're getting where we need to go now. And I think we got every available opportunity to do so. Sorry, is this... Feed has not been upgraded. I think I'm just going to hit you with it. I don't really want to wait for this anymore. For now, at least. Honestly, I know you might be saying, like, the vulnerability's worth a lot. I don't disagree, but I think we can get you there. We need 17 damage. We got there, but it was a little touchy. I don't really want to add another body slam right now. I think our deck, like 2 body slams, is pretty acceptable for where we're at. Let's just get 5 block for next turn. Because this, you never know with Snecko-Eye. I think I'd rather have the insulation. Well, I mean, this is just a garbage draw, basically. We take 5 damage, life goes on. This is an interesting one as well, huh? I mean, he's only doing 8. Definitely would still rather block some. Are we guaranteed to fight an elite? No, we could deviate if we had to. I really, you know, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. But this run is... I'm starting to get concerned that we might fail the basic... Just trying... I mean, what would you... I guess you play the armaments... It's 1 more energy, but they're effectively the same energy because of, you know, what we can afford to play. And, dude, okay, I know it's RNG, but you don't feel like we're getting a little ripped off on our expensive attacks here? It's getting a little much. I'm so thankful for the heal. I will take an Infernal Blade just because I think at this point, I will lose all my gold. Look, I don't wanna, but I think it's dangerous. So let's upgrade feed. We'll upgrade bash as well. This is my nightmare, you know, an Ascension 0 run starting to go wrong is like a comical problem for me. I would have rather played the bash But we gotta ensure that we actually have the capabilities to survive, dude. So Exhume brings back... Well, we play Armaments. Exhume becomes free. It brings back another Infernal Blade, which gives us another card, okay. Definitely get Anger out there. We still only have 6 block, for the record. So I really hate to play this and just gain the slightest bit of block, but if it's gotta be done, it's gotta be done. Dude, honestly, if we gotta make sure this guy dies next turn, just bring back a basic attack. Please, no heals. Go for strength gain. 20 damage. Alrighty. So definitely, like, Anger's fine. We're going to live. I really should have rested. It was like bravado that wouldn't let me rest. That's actually like literally the only way we don't die. I think mercy has been granted. We still need to not die to this guy. And you might laugh, but I was a little concerned of what was going to happen on that turn. Hey, the great news about it is, you know, Black Blood, it lets us get out there. You know, we're going to be at 17 HP. And I'm doubtlessly very appreciative of that, but things are getting a little touchy. Dude, honestly, the Infernal Blades are kind of funny. So, I hate to rest here, but, you know, that's the compensation for the dang old Russo brothers brain I got going on right now. Okay. Be better, but also run for your life. I'm loving this. Okay, the more, like, zero-cost stuff we can get out, the happier I am. Will I use this to lose 6 HP? Well, you know, I would kind of rather not, but it does allow us to maybe get to the point where we're doing 5 extra damage and saving more HP in the long run. Right. Honestly, Sever Soul for 16, yeah. Plus we run the chance to get a better, like, zero-cost card we could have played. It's all good. Alright, now we want to hit you hard on this turn. And unfortunately, it's, like, without complaining too hard, it really is, like, an energy problem. Okay, fine. 4 energy means we take so much less damage. And life goes on, like... I think that we actually might just need that. Okay. Okay. Just trying to see, what are we drawing? Wild Strike? There's probably no point because you're at 11 HP, but I'm telling you, we get an energy relic from the boss if we're lucky enough to live through the boss fight, and we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I'm fine. Ross, Friends, look it up. It's pivotal media from our generation. Seminal, I would say, mostly to be gross. Okay, you're doing 21 damage. That's cute. It's cute, but it's also like a lot. So I want draw first, just to see where we're at here. I honestly think you just go here and hope for some... Okay, we got some zero cost, so I'll play it. And then, of course, you know, you get the chance to get an Immolate out there. 21, it's another 17 damage. I'll absolutely do it. That was a really good draw for us. Keep in mind, we did take 6 damage just to enable it. So this is going to be 10 damage. It's 12. I mean, you're definitely not going to die. Right, we should have waited for it. We're taking another 11. Yeah, we're still, like, below maintenance here. That's scary, dude. I do think we actually, like, a ghostly armor seems very applicable. We don't have a particularly... It's weird to say, but our deck does not do well from the perspective of trying to make sure we have blocks. We have Entrenched Barricade, They're hard to play, unfortunately. Not impossible, but hard to play. Whirlwind. We'll do 21 damage to you. We'd rather just focus on you in this sense here. We will lose ghostly armor. I don't know. Brutality, it's not bad, but it doesn't give us anything on turn 1, which is unfortunately kind of what we need. Should we have played in armaments first there? I don't know. Just, I think it's so important we guarantee the kill that I don't even want to play brutality. I just want to make sure we're getting in front of this guy. This is like the first time. I stand by that term, by the way. It's like the first time we've been able to be on a fight on this floor and still feel like we're gonna get out ahead. And like literally from an HP related context, could get out ahead. We have no feed, right? Oh, we do have a feed. Well, if we have a feed, then I'm gonna wait for the feed, obviously, especially with you being vulnerable. So this will do 15 damage. No, it'll do 12 damage. You're dead. We gained more HP than we're supposed to. Okay, I'm back, baby. I think it's debatable whether or not we wanted to add Reaper. Alright, so for this guy, you pop a power immediately. You're really hoping it's demon form. It's not demon form. Instead, it's corruption. Corruption is fine, but just don't play your defense until you get to barricade. That's my one. That's not even the barricade we want, but that's my one thing right now. I'm not playing those zero cost defense until we get a dang old barricade going. So everything in my life right now is centered around drawing barricade. If we get to draw barricade, life is but a dream. I'm not saying we can't lose, but we probably won't lose. I think we can afford to get like one of those out there. I don't mind a double tap, like, that doesn't really bother me. And sure, a bludgeon with the double tap active, it seems very practical. We have to draw a barricade on this turn. Okay, so having done that, now we can pop. Because our blocks are actually worth something. Unfortunately, like, we literally have no block. I don't want to play our entrench until we have some block active here, but this could be where it starts to go, assuming we draw a single block, which is apparently impossible. So I don't even know why, like, I brought it up, because it's obvious, like, I don't even know why I would assume that we would have a chance to draw a defend when my deck is only 48% defense. Okay, so I can stop complaining now. Who would have thought it's just that easy? So definitely anger's got to go. We maybe could have vulnerabled you first, but okay, and we'll definitely, I think we need that. Draw a card, put a card from your hand on top of your draw pile. What do we not want to see? Yeah, but we exhausted a card, we get something else. Exhaust a random card in your hand. I'm willing to give it a shot. I don't mind losing the bludgeon, okay? So limit break I think is acceptable. Limit break is acceptable. You know, we could play this game all day. Make him weak. This is what I was looking for the whole time. Flame barrier, fantastic. Flame barrier, fantastic. Honestly, we're already vulnerable. Cool, we blocked the vulnerability. I love to see it. Now, hemokinesis, forget that noise. So now we probably got him. Because we get into this, like, endless chain of playing stuff. Yeah, so you know what? We probably, slash definitely, would have been way better off to just add corruption earlier. In my defense, what do I know? It's not really a great defense now that I think about it, but I actually think like a dual-wielded heavy blade, then hope for some zero-cost stuff, but nah. You're basically dead. And I mean, I don't think you can literally get to lethal on this turn, so no complaints whatsoever here. All right, we're lucky to be alive. Let me make that clear. And I do think offering to give us a boost of energy when necessary is very important. Dude, we can't take Velvet Choker, so it's actually a very interesting sort of setup here. I'm gonna go Runic Cube. And it's a timekeeper! Whatever. It's still fun and it's good practice. Is it tedious? Yeah, but... I mean, just keep in mind, the alternative right now is you could be watching 820 runs. Would you rather watch 820 runs? I mean, there's a contingent of people who would probably rather watch 820 runs. And I don't, you know... I mean, I was going to say I don't disagree with them, but to be honest, I do disagree with them greatly. But that's not necessarily my prerogative. So I don't really care about making a feed work. I'd rather just exhaust and hope to get some interesting stuff going on here. I mean, if the most interesting thing is spot weakness, I think I'd rather just hit you. You don't need to do much here. 21. Can't draw. Might as well just kill you. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Just winning this run is still worth something to me. And I think now we can lean like 2 times greater into the idea that, you know, what would be the most exciting thing for us to do is just to maximize our, yikes. I hate it, but maximize the carnage on this run. So if we could just add a corruption. I know we had the opportunity to add one earlier, but in my defense, I was stupid. So I think here, I mean, I do like Barricade, but it's honestly tough, and you might think that, might as well play it at least, but you might think that this is like, revisionist history, or maybe I'm just playing it up for drama, but that's not really the case. I think it is actually literally tough to make a barricade run work on 3 energy, which is why like the offering is so critical for us, but like on top of offering being valuable, I mean, it's just hard. It's just hard. Might as well bring back ghostly armor. We probably could have done with vulnerability that turn. I don't know. I just don't want to take too much more HP damage than is necessary. Regen potion's very nice. I think Havoc fits. Now that we're going for an exhaust deck, we might as well try to put some interesting stuff in here. I'll level with you, by the way. Like, I love Slay the Spire. It's probably one of my favorite games ever, legitimately. I mean, there's some obvious stuff to dump here. The basic strikes. We haven't removed much. I think it's a very minor complaint, and I want that to be made clear first and foremost. But I do think it's a pretty bad challenge, because it's a challenge that more or less depends 1,000%. What would I even want to bring back? I don't know. Bring back the Twin Strike for lethal potential. But it's a challenge that pretty much is like, at best, it's a 1 in 3 chance. All the other challenges were hard. Harder, really. But this one, it has an added element of kind of like, oh, screw you. Just because of the danger, you know what I mean? Or just because of the raw chance that it's not going to work. Or the raw guarantee that it's not going to work. I'm running it through in my head, and I'm like, you know, obviously obviously Barricade's not the right play. Entrench and then killing an enemy with Body Slam. It's not bad. But we can already kill them with Body Slam, which I think is a better play. But what are we going to do then? Basically, it's like Entrenched Twin Strike. Honestly, no, I'm wrong. Just play a Barricade. Their block will either like renew if they do it, or it'll exhaust. So just getting that out there is worth more. Okay, I was being dumb for a second there. I really appreciate that. Okay, any free damage is always good in my book. Hold on. I don't know if we needed to do this, but I think it's worth doing. This is where we should be going on a block deck. Yeah. Because our block, it stays with us, we really just want to build it up and use it for a big Body Slam. Which is, I mean, everybody knows that that's the way you play it, but I haven't necessarily done a fantastic job of fulfilling that part of the equation here. I am exhausted, like, and I'm not saying like, oh, streamer life is so hard. I had to see a big movie the first night it came out. I'm just, you know, right after the movie, we went to sleep, woke up, had some, like, very important appointments. My brain is just, like, is losing it right now. Simultaneously, we're definitely, like, still gonna win. So, I'm not complaining too hard. I still want Havoc to come back around. Honestly, I don't think we need to feed, so why play it? You know, we're not gonna kill this guy, but we might as well have unattack available. So vulnerability is super important. That's also very nice, thank you. I think 3 turns of vulnerability is more important, even if we do take damage in the process. Now, we don't need Barricade, but we might want Barricade just to get, like, a body slam going. Because, like, body slam... Yeah, I actually think we do want it. Especially if we can get to the point where we pay 0. Or we have 0 life cost on this turn. So, like, a Ghostly Armor. Defend. Entrench. Body Slam. Yeah, that's our path to success. Because now we got 36 block for next turn. He's already vulnerable. And basically everything we play just makes it even better. Is it worth playing a Reaper? We'll heal for 7. That's nothing. I honestly wouldn't even concern myself with that. I would just make sure we're taking 0 damage and then hope for something else on the side here. Whatever you can get that would benefit you. I can't believe we haven't seen a Shrug It Off, by the way. That's what's really messing with me here. Let's Headbutt. No, we should have bought... we couldn't have. Honestly, just give me a drop kick then. Hello, Ruka. Did you enjoy your wet food, buddy? He did. I don't even need to ask. Anyway, this guy, we handled him just fine. Oh, hello, Ruka. It was, you know, it's another challenge. Good practice, I suppose, is a good way to think about it. I like Impervious, to be honest. It's already upgraded. Let's upgrade Reaper. We haven't played it at all yet, but... I'm actually not 100% confident we're going to beat the boss on this run. So Barricade has to be played. Most of the time I would be, but also, most of the time we got to this point, I would have at least 4 energy, oftentimes 5. My cat, why are you trying to steal my hand? Why are you trying to bite my hand? My man's always trying to bite my hand. It's not worth it, brother. Might as well Reaper. Why not, right? Oh, Ruka. We actually made a feed work. This is probably, by the way, the worst feed I've ever had. Or I've ever used, maybe, is a better way to describe it. Because, like... we really have only gotten, like, 3 or 4 upgrades with it, which is very low. So I am going to fight one more elite. I'm not going to lose 408 gold for a relic. You must be insane. I mean, out of what we have here, Hand Drill is actually pretty good, I think, for the Timekeeper. But I definitely always want to start with a little removal. I think Shrug It Off is pretty solid. And then Infernal Blade is a lot of fun, but Discovery is kind of a more fun card. I'm just adding fun cards at this point. Anything that works with not corruption, unfortunately, but anything that works with Dead Branch. So we'll start Discovery. What do we want? I guess, like, if we're getting a card for free, I'll take a Perfected Strike. Might as well Entrench Body Slam. Man, oh man, this deck would look so much better, Ruka, if we could just guarantee we're drawing Barricade. What do we want to draw? You know what? Probably an Entrench would be a solid get here. And then, I mean, let's just put Body Slam on top, because we're just going to get it back anyway. Still no Barricade. Oh! Whatever. Impervious gets us there. We don't even need to play Entrench. What should we play here? I mean, we'd like to get to an entrench. Or we'd like to get to a barricade is what I mean to say. You know, we should exhume headbutt. Use headbutt to bring back barricade. And then just pass turn. We could play barricade next turn, assuming he's not doing incredible damage. And then this turn we can set up a big block, hopefully. I think that went fine. So, certainly, like, Ghostly is fine by itself. I don't really care about this card's existence, to be honest with you. Doesn't really matter whether or not we play our body slams. We don't store it in hand. 18 damage. Yikes. It's actually substantially worse than I would have been led to believe. Because we have barricade, this is really huge. And why not just toss one more on top of it? There you go. Hello, my son. I know it's the wet food you used to eat when you were but a wee child. You'd say tuna and carrots in a weird, like, broth. My favorite, right, buddy? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, but you gave me the wet food. Alright, that was maybe the smartest play I've made over the course of the entire show so far, just so that we can get the 69 block. And we're really just waiting on a body slam, more or less. It's got to be on the right turn, unfortunately, but he's not really doing too much damage right now. There's a body slam. Love to see it. Ah, good. We got to play a burn for free. That's pretty solid value. You're not dead. Just kidding. You're dead. All right, that was tougher than I'd like to admit. You know what? Let's fight a boss from Act 1. This is a weird run. I know it's a weird run because it's got me thinking, like, I should be apologizing. It's not really fair to me, you know? Like, I mean, this run has every available chance of actually completing the challenge. Yikes. The only reason it's not going to complete the challenge is because of the fact that we got Donu Deka on a, you know, a different path, you know? They're in a different seed, unfortunately. Oh, I love it. I'm not even going to play Offering. We need the HP, I think, more than anything else. Love it. Love it. Man, this is a really good combination to take this guy out. I'll tell you what. Body Slam? No Body Slam, huh? Well, let's have some fun. Get Corruption out there. Let's get weird. Exhaust this. It's garbage. Get it out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so we have the kill. Let's be really cool and get rid of our obvious kill. And then instead of using our obvious kill, we'll use our obvious kill. Easy money. What do we get? Gurya. Wow, that's just in time. We have one more campfire remaining we probably won't do anything with. Sure, let's just do it like that. Go to the campfire. We're definitely going to rest. And I mean, this is a surprisingly difficult Ascension run, but a good time was had by all. A non-Ascension run. Sorry, again, you gotta cut your man some slack. He's got the broken brain, okay? So I love this. You're doing 15 damage. I prefer to take 0, given the choice. And we'll give you one of these, one of these. Probably not one of these. And a basic strike might not even be worth it, but... What are we looking for? Barricade, entrench, 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 entrench. You get the idea. So really, most important thing this turn, if possible, is to, like, play... I'm very happy with that, don't get me wrong. If we're only going to play 2 more cards, let's headbutt, and we'll take Havoc back, and then just don't play Discovery. That would be the worst. Might as well just hit him for 40, which is actually going to be 60, right? So this is what we wanted, essentially. So we get Barricade, but let's first play Havoc. It hits Feed. Sounds good to me, dude. Barricade, no entrench required. Might as well just save our cards for next turn. It's good stuff. You're doing 42 damage. That's not a little bit. Let's not get it twisted. What are we likely to draw? I would like to draw Infernal Blade. Let's give it a chance. We get a headbutt back. A body slam for next turn. Hit him with a flame barrier, dad. Okay. This would be a big turn to pop off in 5 cards. We're looking for a big block. It does not exist. Does not exist. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Headbutt, Discovery. Honestly, we have to play a defend. We get the 5 damage there. We get the block, obviously. We get the 5 damage from letter opener, I mean. And we actually get to play a clash on top of that instead of playing a body slam. So he's had half away, which means this is a great turn for us to get a bunch of block. I'll take it. I don't really want to weaken him. I'll take it. It's not that good yet. I just want more blocks, please. I want to get, like, maximum value out of Entrench. Honestly, I know we got a 30 damage. There's no reason to hit him for 30. We might as well just keep our cards open because he would just heal through it anyway. Okay. So we only get a few cards here. That's 1, 2, and we need to play 2 more. So we might as well do Rage for no reason, really, except that 5 damage. Then we get to 104 block, and now we pretty much could feel confident we probably got this one locked down, but it's embarrassing and had to get to this point. How do we win? Body Slam? Wrong. Entrench, honestly. I'll play 5 block because it's actually 10 block, but I don't want to waste my time and become another casualty of society playing, like, bad cards, so 16, 11 block. Still rather just do this, I think. Basically, we're just going to try to one-hit him with a body slam. But we need to get to a certain level of entrench value first. No body... Oh, what do you mean no body slam? What do you mean by that? So that was a difficult run. And no challenge completed, but a fun one nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!